Why do we need to use theory in our C4D work? According to Paolo Mefalopolous, the UNICEF representative for Uruguay, without some grasp of the reasons why people do or don't adopt certain behaviors, we have no basis for our C4D interventions.
Theory, it must be the framework upon which you based your intervention. In my life experience, I had both the approach, the theoretical one and the more inductive one. We developed an innovative approach called participatory rural communication appraisal when working with FAO, which was derived from our experience in the field. And we've been accused to be too practical and not theoretical enough. Then we had an approach. I went for this to do a PhD in Texas. I refined the theory, I used it, applied, went to the World Bank, and there I was accused to be too theoretical and not practical enough. So I think the trick there is trying to find the right balance where the theory gives you the basis for your initiative, but then you must have the practice and the context on where you work to actually drive your intervention and not the theory. For instance, when I was in India, we try also always to have a coherence in the theoretical framework. We adopted the social ecological model or a version revised of that so that we had the different components. Everybody was familiar with the different components. Everybody knew that we have to make sure that we have in place the infrastructure, the policy, the institutional part, the community part, and the interpersonal part. Then within those, we would, I would encourage everybody to actually apply whatever theoretical approach or whatever strategic approach based on a theory they wanted to, keeping in mind the basic principles, keeping in mind that they needed to be based on a true communication, two-way communication, keeping in mind the principle of active listening, keeping in mind the fact that they had to be based on evidence, not on a theory only, but the theory had to combine with what evidence we had. So in that sense, I think once you have a theoretical framework behind you, then you can choose whatever fits you best. But the theoretical framework must be there to give you the boundaries of how you're going to approach a certain initiative.